Hey guys, welcome back. It's well, I don't know what we want to call this video. We're gonna take a look at a lot of complaints recently from the customer service, especially at Beckett at BGS. It seems like everyone and anyone who is submitting cards with them in the recent times is having some issues and not getting responses from the company. It usually doesn't surprise me all that much because they don't usually like to even talk to me if I have questions. If I want to point out the fact that they graded something that was clearly altered, they typically don't want to get back to me. They don't want to work with me. So I get that. Rattle Pokemon might make your grading company look bad. So we should not talk to him at any cost, even if he's just trying to help point out and make sure that people don't get scammed with your slabs that have altered, very clearly full evidence altered cards inside the slab. I get it. You don't want to pay it out, but you know what? That's it's too bad. People should have the right to know. You shouldn't be authenticating things that are altered, that are clearly altered. You should be catching those, but at the same time, if someone like myself or anyone else points out the fact that something is clearly altered, then you got to do right. You got to bite the bullet and you got to take it back. You got to pay it out, essentially. If you're going to put your name on something, say that it's authentic, that it wasn't altered, you got to pay it out if it is. That's how it works. It's not somebody else's fault that they want to blindly trust your I don't even want to guess. Grading's a joke. Grading's an absolute joke. Everyone knows that. Unless you're selling the cards and you really need that third-party opinion on something, grading is an absolute joke. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, my my rant. If anybody has any complaints or issues with Beckett in the recent past, please leave those in the comment section and or send me a DM, preferably on Discord if you can. But if not, Instagram or Twitter works as well. We're going to read through these posts. I've never seen anything like this. BGS has seemingly gone full. They're gone. They ghosted. They're playing dead. I don't know exactly why. I don't know if they have staffing issues at the moment. I don't know if the company is going belly up. It's weird. There's just no response on any of this stuff. And if it was just a couple people, yes, there's always going to be some people that are complaining that have their stuff that's delayed or whatever. But this is beyond that. This is definitely beyond the reasonable level of anything that you would expect. So, thank you very much, Dan DeMan, on Discord for sending over a lot of this information. Let's take a look through. We have Austin here who says, it looks like you deleted the other post I commented on, but I paid for 2 cards to have authenticated autos on them. They returned without them. Sent various emails, left several voice messages over the course of months about various other orders and questions, and your customer services responded on average 10 days later or not at all. I spent over $1,000 with your company, and it's been ridiculous. I think, I don't know what it is. After I pointed out the fact that somebody used the $sign after the number, and now I'm seeing it everywhere. I don't know if not, I'm just looking for it now. Wesley Walker says, I would not submit to BGS given the large number of cards going missing there. I mean, that's kind of the risk you take, sending them in to anyone. If you have cards that are truly sentimental, there's a chance they're going to come back with mayonnaise on them. There's a chance they're going to get lost. There's a chance they're going to get pinched between the plastic because the person working that day, again, is making minimum wage or barely over that and is going to not give a crap. And they have to pump out enough graded cards per hour, per minute, in order to for this company to make money and to afford paying their salary and the overhead for the building and all the other stuff. So keep that in mind. It's not in good hands. Your hands are the best hands that it could be in. Flo, JB, I appreciate it. I just had a conversation with customer service trying to find out if they received the order. So it seems like some people are getting in touch with customer service. The post office said it is pointless to buy insurance because unless you have receipts with the value, they will not reimburse you. So it will be nice to know they are in safe hands. Thanks again. Sean, about time. You guys received my cards last month. So I guess in regards to they're making posts still. They're just not replying to their customers' concerns and problems and everything else. You guys received my cards last month. No email or anything in my profile showing you have them. Can't get a human to answer the phone or call back if I leave a message. Not an easy feeling for folks that have hundreds or thousands of dollars just floating around out there. Get your shiz together. There's the $sign again. David, who is apparently a top fan, says, I guess I was not the only one wondering if my cards were received by BGS. A notification from my courier did not mean the cards are safe. Yeah, you would I don't understand how it's such, like, the logistics of receiving, grading, and sending cards out is difficult. Like, it should be all pretty much automated, especially if you require them to put like a barcode or something on the outside of the package so you can scan it in as received, and then when you go to grade the cards, you scan that again, and then all the customer's information is already in there in the system. It tells you everything you need to know, and then each step along the way, you just need a little gun. You just go boop, scan the little barcode, and the update should automatically happen. I get it. It would take money and effort to put in a system that would make everything so easy. It's ridiculous, but that's the world we live in when you're paying people to put plastic around your cards. Chris says, wish this applied to the order I sent in a few weeks ago. Received as far as my tracking, but no update from you guys whatsoever. My first submission ever. Definitely not leaving a good first impression. So implying like that's when they come out with deals and they don't want to like go back on the deals. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff, but at the same time, it's kind of a slap in the nuts to anyone that submitted cards to you that's wondering what's going on with their cards, that's delayed and everything else, and then you're doing a special for the people that are submitting after when they can't even get a response from your customer service. Edgar, you guys should focus on keeping up with timelines at first. It's becoming a joke how poorly run this company is. I mean, the website is pretty bad, but apparently it's not just me they don't want to answer to. When you have these people that are paying you money to do their stuff, you would think that you'd want to make sure that your customers are happy. Clearly, a lot of them are not. Jonathan, hey guys, I'm waiting on an order. You guys sent me the received email the 28th. Use the holiday rush service level. So we got a lot of rush level stuff that's not rushed. And when you have people paying a premium for like a premium service that's supposed to be a fast service, and the service is not that fast, and you can't answer where and what's going on with their cards, it's not a great look. Patrick, I submitted in December and have not even been notified that they have received it yet. They do not answer their phones or respond to their emails. They sure don't. Daniel, I just want my cards back from my first submission back in October. Shruggy, shruggy, shruggy. Tyler, Beckett's Collectibles would love an update on my submission. Hits the 60-day mark on Monday. The unknown is a killer when you have 10 of my best cards. Eris, this would be nice. Another top fan. This would be nice if you guys would update us on where our cards are at in the grading process. PSA is the only company who has that, and I'm not being biased. I grade with BGS, CGC, and PSA. So like the Domino's tracker that PSA has, it's not like groundbreaking technology that you need some kind of crazy system in place. This is all stuff that should be in place regardless, with the amount of submissions that you're taking. It's wild to me that we're in 2023. Clearly there is not that much of a backlog, and BGS cannot do their job. You would think that they would be fine at this point. I have no idea what's going on in there. I don't know if we ever will. If anyone's at BGS, working at BGS, and there's some sort of like work problem, is there a lack of workers? Is there a lack of employees or something? If there is, please reach out. Let me know. You can remain anonymous. I will require that you prove that you actually work there in order to feed me that information before I relay it to anyone else. But I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to reach out. Surely this is not a good time at work. If you get this much pressure from the outside, I'm sure the inside is just as bad. All right, we have top fan Joe, who says no more submissions till I get my other 2 submissions back. So I think that's pretty fair. Gary, I love Beckett grading, but your customer service is terrible. Please read my PM. Do you love them? Why do you love to hate them? Sounds like you don't love them, or you shouldn't. Daniel, this seems all wonderful and attractive, but having absolutely zero updates on an order sent in October is just bad business, especially if the customer has already been charged and can get absolutely no one in customer service to answer the phone or reply an email. That's the thing too. Like, if you're not going to have somebody on the phone or able to answer questions like this in terms of customer service, then you need to have some sort of tracker, and then that would make it easier for customer service to be able to, like, are they just blindly processing orders here? And just the risk of things getting mixed up or lost seems greatly improved when you can't even look up a particular order and tell if you received it yet. That's a little scary. It's just in a big warehouse in a pile of boxes, just waiting to be processed, graded, whatever. Louis, still waiting on a mess up where I was overcharged by $1,500. So that's the thing too. If you mess up, sure, it happens. Maybe somebody got overcharged for no reason, and they can clarify that and get their money back. But to have it lingering and when there's no response on it, it's not good. That's in my opinion, a reason to not go back and grade more cards with the company. But I don't know. These guys, some of these people that are submitting cards in general to these grading companies, they're a sucker for punishment, I guess. Frank, just need your company to take care of my order that's been with your company for over 60 days. Nice. I have reached out to your company and no one can take my calls or answer my emails. So if you can take care of a small order that has one card, I may take advantage of your specials. So, like, we have the customers now, like, using their existing orders that are way later than they should be as leverage. Can you just process my order and I'll place another one, please? Jeremy, I love BGS. No, you don't. You shouldn't. But it's disappointed me a few times. Still waiting on the last collector special with few to no updates. Frank, can you give me an update on my outstanding order that has passed the arrive time I paid for? It's just one card. Have tried getting a hold of your sales rep, Anana, with no results. I asked for the manager, Fritzy, but no luck with that either. The invoice number is 572336. I would appreciate if someone can resolve this issue. Thanks for the response. So this is the kind of thing, like, these comments are the kind of thing that I expect from, like, those temporary grading companies, you know, the pop-up ones that couldn't keep up because they weren't a real business. They were just people that bought plastic cases from China and then printed off some labels, hand typed every single label. So you get spelling errors all over the place. You get people complaining because they don't actually have anyone in the customer service department. Beckett, you've been around. You shouldn't. None of this should be an issue. We're not in the Max Hype Dog 69 grading frenzy, and you're running specials. So you're trying to give yourself more of a workload. It doesn't look good. Gary, I love Beckett grading, but your customer service is terrible. Please read my PM. I just sent you a PM. I am really frustrated with your customer service. Jonathan, anyone else having issues with Beckett? There. No response from customer service. Submissions received but not logged in. Contact sent. No response. Julius, come on, BGS. There's a reason you're behind PSA, SGC, and CSG and market shares. Lots of complaints and no compliments. I don't know. This is not even necessarily comparing them. Like, I get it. They all suck. People don't like to admit that. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, but this one's better than the other ones." This one only makes me wear a ball gag while I submit my cards, where the other ones are putting me in full bondage gear. Matthew says, "I've emailed 3 times, called and left messages, and nothing. First time grading with you guys at an express level, and it's taking way longer than the turnaround stated. Very disappointed thus far." Alan, I've emailed you and sent DMs regarding errors and missing sets in the football price guide, but never received any response. Looking forward to a response regarding these issues. It's frustrating to pay $30 to $40 for a guide that has missing sets and issues that date back to previous editions. Eric, hey Beckett, answer your freaking emails when someone is complaint and pissed. Rolando, I can tell you what they don't do at Beckett is answer your calls or your emails. Kevin, I've been waiting on BGS for over a month for a 2 to 5 day return, paid big money and still haven't got it. I've sent in 3 signed cards and still been 4 months and no slabs back. Called 5 times and voicemail and no call back. 400 cards sent in and month Later, still nothing started. CGC 260 cards back in 2 weeks. Always answer the call or calls back fast, and they give me a better deal for grading. So much, and BGS nothing. Okay, that was a little hard to read, but how does a 2 to 5 day return take over a month? I get it. Maybe there's a little hold up. Maybe something comes up, but you don't charge somebody 2 to 5 days and take more than a month, and still no sign of it coming back. So it's probably going to be multiple months. Who knows? Maybe is this the crash of Beckett? Are we witnessing something here? Austin, wild. What's even crazier is the lack of response in your customer service department. And then last but not least here, we have Austin that says, well, considering that sent in my order waited 70 plus days for it to only be returned with half the services I paid for, I probably wouldn't want either one if it's in a BGS slab. So again, guys, reach out if you have these problems, if you have similar problems, other problems, whatever problems you might have with BGS at the moment. I don't know what is going on with them. They're not very public about any of that stuff. You would think before stuff hit the fan like this that they would say if there were issues, explain the situation, and say there's nothing to be concerned about. I think you should be very concerned. If I had cards with BGS at the moment and I was seeing all of this onslaught of upset customers, lack of response from them, I would be very worried for my cards. Hopefully for everyone involved that has cards there, it's not as bad as it looks, but who knows. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, join the Discord. Love you guys. Take care of each other out there. Bye.